Hi, I'm Catherine Lucero, and I'm Kyle's lady. I met Bobby through Kyle. Right away, we hit it off. There's something about her energy, and just she had this really. It's like you're drawn to her. Next thing you know, I had a session with Bobby, and man, she. I'll get all emotional. Mm-hmm. She really made me see some things that I didn't want to see and face. One of them being my dad and my stories that she told me that I couldn't move from the past because I needed to forgive. Man, it really changed me. It helped me. I'm getting emotional not because I'm in that phase of my life, but it's just like when I think about, I didn't even know that I needed this this service that she provided, and so when I finally just gave in and just let her lead me and guide me, she gave me this sense of relief. Just start fresh, start new, clean slate. So I came back to Kyle, and I couldn't stop talking about it, and I kept saying, you got to go see Bobby, you got to go see her, you got to go experience this. And he didn't even tell me he was going to go see her. And I love that he didn't tell me. I love that he took it on his own to make this change, to take this step, and to go see Bobby. And he came back one day, and he was lighter, and I looked at him well, what's up? And he's like, I just saw Bobby. I'm like, you did? He's like, no, I saw Bobby. I had a session with Bobby. And I'm like, really? And he was glowing. He was just lit up. And then he couldn't stop talking about what he experienced, and the depth of it, and how he felt lighter, and I could just see it in his body movement. And he's like, let's go to the beach, let's go talk on the beach, let's go do this, let's do all these things that I've been asking him to do that now he was just more willing to do, and more open, and more peaceful, and more honest, and more beautiful.
I love you.
I love you too. Yeah, Bobby's been awesome. She really helped. She really helped. I'm sorry. I can't say enough about how amazing having Bobby in our life has been. It's really changed us. It's really put us on the right path. We're doing things that we never thought we would do. We always thought it was kind of hokey folky kind of stuff, the holistic aspect of curing yourself inside, and we're just different people. And I could have never imagined the drastic change that took place recently, currently in our lives, just by seeing her and trusting in her and trusting in what she does.
We're the strongest we've ever been.
Yeah.
And all the darkness shit, it's all gone. We're just very happy.
Stop it. Yeah.
We've
totally
renewed our friendship in a way that never could have happened.
Yeah, now I'm even thinking we've been together for 9 years. And I can't even, I know we've always been in love and stuff, but it's never been
tender.
Like this. He finally sees what I need, and I'm a very giving person, but I tend to forget myself, as that's one of the things that you did teach me, is don't forget what you need. You give a lot, but don't forget what you also need for yourself. And I love myself more, so much more, but him now, seeing the way he is, wow. He's the man of my dreams. There's so many parts of him that I see. I'm watching him, and I stare at him, and I'm like, wow, you really are a different man right now. You're the best man, and I'm so grateful. And we just want to share it with everyone, everyone we meet, our friends, we want everybody to be part of it, because it's it takes courage to face your darkness, and really have to look at the things that have happened in your life that have changed you, or that have brought you to a state of depression or anxiety. And these are things that not even therapy was able to help me. I saw psychologists, therapists, and none of that ever got me to a place of peace and accepting what's happened and forgiving. Most important, forgiving. Like, that was the most important that I learned from Bobby is I would not be able to move forward if I couldn't forgive. And once I did that, it was like this weight was lifted.
Bobby teaches you to forgive yourself for your shortcomings because we're all imperfect. And, I always tell her, you try to walk a straight line in life and you can't, you're going to zigzag. But if you take what Bobby says, you'll get back on the path. And, there's still times in my life, where I zigzag off and then I'm able to use what she taught me to get quickly back on the path so I don't lose it. But she'll teach you tools. She's taught me tools and methods for me to snap right back. The coolest thing Bobby taught me though is all this negative energy that I had here, she taught me to remember my life. In my life, a lot of things have happened, good and bad and great. But I cut that stomach and I started to remove everything that happened and put it on a shelf as an exhibit. And so sometimes when I'm driving down the freeway or I'm walking on the beach, I do that exercise and I think about that happened and I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it happened to me. And then I'm able to make full sense of it and put things into perspective. Because Bobby's really given me peace with everything and taught me to really love myself.
Yeah.
And love my woman.
It's just hard to explain until you experience it. It's hard to put it all in words, but it's something that I'm never going to forget, and I'm always going to be super grateful that Bobby allowed me to be part of this. She allowed her to share this great gift that she has with us.
I tell that Bobby has a gift from God, and it's a gift that's unique that not everyone has, and she's able to use it and harness it for good. But Bobby, this isn't some hippie thing. This is real in-depth things that are that go through the ages and time, what she's bringing to the table here.
It's not a fad.
There's something very real that she has, and a skill and a gift from God that you cannot ignore.
It almost feels like going to the Goodwill and leaving all your junk. That's kind of how I felt going to see Bobby. I didn't know what to expect. I know I had a lot of luggage and I was carrying a lot of weight, and she just took things off me and kind of put me in the right place, and even reminded me to stop telling stories of the past, because that was one thing that woe is me, and this happened to me, and my dad left, and then I lived in a hotel, and blah blah blah. And she's like, nope, no more stories of the past. Focus on the future, forgiveness, and man.
It's amazing.
Well, you've really changed the way that we're thinking about our lives, moving forward permanently. We're not perfect, man, but we're really trying to, walk the path,
Love her.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby.